on camera. Ah. I did put the Pledge of Allegiance on there. I didn't know if you wanted to begin that way.
Is Ash coming?
No.
Oh, Ash is not coming, okay. Okay. I guess it's, we'll call the meeting to order. I guess we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. It's on the agenda. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving right along. Having a special meeting to approve the construction bid for the airport reconstruction. I will turn it over to the city administrator.
It's all good news. So, so far away, but if you'll right up past the agenda there on the front of your packet, you'll notice the table there, and it is simply comparing what Flowmaster, who is the only bid, what their bid came in at compared to the engineer's estimate. And so you'll see that Flowmaster submitted a bid, the base bid with all three alternates at $677,238.66, and the engineers had estimated it at $970,198.90, with Flowmaster coming under their estimate by $292,960. So I did talk to the engineers, and they had really padded it because just of the unknowns and volatility. So when you break it down, the rest of these attachments, after the engineer's recommendation letter, so as you read that, they go through all kinds of details, and then the last paragraph says that based on the results of the tabulation of the bid, review, and bid documentation, and discussions with the apparent low bidder, Burns & McDonnell recommend the award go to Flowmaster Construction. So they are recommending we accept the bid in their professional opinion, and then the subsequent spreadsheets are just the breakdown of the comparison by line for, again, the difference between Burns and McDonnell's engineer's estimate versus Flowmaster's bid. And so the bulk of the difference comes in on the base bid, and some of those, like a big one is the asphalt. Flowmaster bid the asphalt $97,000 less than the engineers estimated it. Another big difference was the removal of the payment. That came in $50,000 less, and the sub-base, the 18-inch sub-base, $40,000 less. So if you're interested, that's all the details. Each page is, and then the next one's the alternate 1, the alternate 2, the alternate 3. And so we had discussed that if the bid came in too tight, that we would forego the bid alt 3, that maybe we couldn't afford it and have to put that off. But goodness, it came in well below what we expected, so we can afford to do the entire project, which, being that's part of this 90-10 grant, is absolutely optimal to go ahead and do it. The color-coded map here tells you exactly, the legend tells you, what phase each of those is, and the alternates, it'll have the phase and whether if it's a bid alternate or the base bid under each one of these. So they have a program. The engineers set out a phasing system in order to keep the airport open, the runway open the whole time during the construction. There may be a couple weeks here where maybe one hangar doesn't have access, but the other one will, or vice versa, but the runway will always be open. And Leif Johnson had been to both of our bid meeting and construction meeting, and so he's well aware of that, and he was super happy about it. They are super excited about getting this done. Apparently, they've been close to getting this accomplished 2 other times in the last 15 years and it fell through at the last minute. So he's like, he's bounding with excitement that this will actually get done. And he's like, you know, he's like, I will come and talk to the board if you think I need to. I said, I don't think so. I mean, because this time the airport, the city's not having to kick in any extra money. The airport, enough money has built up to where the airport fund is actually, they're going to be able to do all of this. So the city's portion was coming in at 70. I have that all in. The all-in number, I'm like, I made her double check and triple check. I said, I want to know exactly what is our all-in number, because there's all these different spreadsheets and worksheets. And I said, I made her go over it again and again. Our all-in amount is $77,823.66, and we're sitting with almost $103,000 right now. So, and the airport's annual expenses are small, you know, it's just some gravel and some fuel and just a few $1,000s here and there. So I feel really, really good about that. So yeah, does anybody have any questions?
By approving this tonight, how quick will they get started on it?
I believe it's September 26th is what they're shooting for. So if we approve this tonight, this was to get things moving along. So as soon as we approve the bidder, then they can start actually getting all the construction contract documents ready. Because you know how these projects are. It's a big old binder like this.
But we have to do it in a timely manner because of the fall season and the
Yes.
coolant, or when they quit making the asphalt and so forth.
Yes, so
Okay.
I don't know if this will make our next Board of Aldermen meeting, but definitely the 2nd September, let me just check that date real quick. I told her when I would need things by to hit the meeting dates.
Okay.
Let me just double check there real quick.
Anybody else have any questions?
So the airport fund that we're paying this out of, how does that get funded?
So good, the hangar rentals primarily. We raised the hangar rental like 2 years ago by about $15 a month, and again, the airport commission was completely on board with that. In fact, they suggested it, and they had a $35,000 donor. It's a gentleman who actually uses our hangar, and they do have, yeah. So that was a big part of it. This will satisfy them for a while, but they do have, you know, grander plans. And like I said, Leif is excited. And it's true. And I told him, I said, yeah, we're going to use this to market economic development and tourism. It's like, if you can get here, you know, and have a runway that's not going to beat up your plane, and have a place where people can, because Leif is like, it's been so, I don't want to say embarrassing, but so small that, you know, people would land here and be like, okay, how do I get to Hermann? You know, there's no good way to get to town. There's no real good facilities there. They weren't able to, unless they knew someone. It's just that people, you know, it wasn't a public fuel pump, and so there were all kinds of things. He said, man, once we have an actual nice functioning airway, he said, oh yeah, many more people will come, because right now it's just hard on your plane. You know, we've got all that loose, broken up asphalt and things.
Yeah, when the propellers go, it blows all that stuff.
Yeah, so it will be something that we can tout as an amenity for our town for sure.
Very good. Any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
That should do it, and we'll probably hit the 2nd September, well, I don't know. We'll see how quickly they get that all done.
Right.
But anyway, there'll be a contract forthcoming.
Very good.
All right.
Any other questions? If not, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching.
Didn't have any citizen comments?
No citizen comment.
Not on this one.
Short and sweet.